At the end of the day, it's about self-awareness, it's about growth, and it's about moving forward. That's really what it's about. That's what it's all about. Sometimes you have to, when you have self-awareness, you have to look in the mirror at yourself and think about the things that you've done and the things that you don't want to do anymore. And I remember coming on YouTube, and that was like the darkest part of my life, the darkest time of my life. I was in this terrible relationship. I had low self-esteem. I had beef with my family. I was just torn down in a sense, very defensive, very violent. Anything can take me out of my element. The first sign of shade, I'm ready to attack. The first sign of shade, I want to fight. First sign of shade on social media, I want to read you. I gotta at you. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. As I got older and mature, things started to change for me. And what I mean is, you pick your battles wisely. And you have to think about, is it even worth it? Is it worth addressing? Is it worth it? Because sometimes you get yourself in these battles and it's not even worth it. After the battle is done, it's like, bitch, what did I just do? Did I really do that shit? Like, say, for example, just a few weeks ago, I had an incident that's not even YouTube related. Real life shit related. It's this guy that was dating a guy that I used to date 2 years ago. Somebody stirred up some drama, brought up my name. Mind you, I never met this man, never known this man or nothing like that. I just know that when I was dating him, he came after me and then they got married or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And said my name. And then, I responded because my name was called, but it wasn't in a defensive manner. I was making light of the situation because A, I'm not with this man no more. B, you're not with this man no more. C, we all got played by this man. You know what I mean? We all got played by him. So let's just make a joke about it. But he got very upset and even threatened to beat my motherfucking ass. And like I always tell people, I'm not with the back and forth on social media. If you want to get at me when you see me. You know what I mean? I'm not going to give nobody no shows for social media. You know what I mean? Like, people were trying to basically slander my name. Like, people that I don't even know. But I chose to walk away and take the high road and be a mature adult about it. Because, A, you would never catch me on social media beefing with no motherfucking body. Whether it be a bitch, whether it be a nigga, you ain't going to never see it. Because I'm not going to do it. I'm all about being in your face. If you want to get at me, you get at me in person. If you got my phone number, you call me. If you want to meet up somewhere, we can meet up somewhere. You know what I mean? That's what I do. You know what I mean? I don't have time for the shows. You know what I mean? And there was a time in my life where I had time for the shows. You know what I mean? And choosing your battles wisely don't mean that you a punk, because I ain't never been there. You know what I mean? Like, I had my time in the past where I used to be used to get bullied by people. And shit, honestly and truly, that made me the monster that I was. You know what I mean? Like, once I got that voice, you couldn't shut me the fuck up. I was all about proving a point. Once I got that voice, I was all about proving a point. You cannot bully me anymore. That was my point. I'm ready for you. You come for me, I'm going to come for you. You throw shade at me, I'm going to throw shade at you. You want to fight me, I'm going to fight you. That's what I was on. But when you get into your mid fucking 20s and shit, and now in your late 20s, because I'll be 28 in February, some shit is just stupid to me. 10 years ago, I'd be ready to pull up. I would have been ready to pull up. Me and my people, we'd be ready to pull up. You come for us on social media, we'll go back and forth on social media, exchange phone numbers, try to see where we're gonna meet at, and we gonna pull up. That's what we used to do. The last time I was in a fight was in 2011. That's the last fight I was in. That's the last time I was in a fight. Last time. That's like 6 years ago, right? That's the last time. No, 7 years ago. 6, 7, 5, one of them. But that's the last time I was even in a fight. And this was a family fight. Me and my people had to fight a whole motherfucking family. It was like 5 of us versus 15 of them. We had to fight for our motherfucking life. But we got through that shit, you know what I mean? And after that, it was like, that was so ridiculous. People was really involved in some bullshit like that. You know what I mean? Fighting the whole damn family over nonsense. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean by taking the high road. But with a lot of things, people look at me and see the things that I do, and they tend to think that I'm stupid. Let me tell you, Scotty is not stupid, okay? Scotty sees everything. Scotty notices everything. But the thing about it is, Scotty just don't speak on everything that he sees and everything that he notices. Because the motto that I live by is, if it's not directed, it's not respected. People can tell me all day, somebody throwing shade at you, somebody just shaded you, somebody. Do you really think I give a fuck about shade or anything like that? Do you really think that I give a fuck about that? You know what I mean? Like, this just doesn't apply to YouTube. This applies to my real life. People can come to me right now and say, somebody just shaded me. Somebody just shaded you, Scotty. What you gonna do? If it ain't directed, it ain't respected. Ain't no way I'm finna sit up here and have a back and forth with any motherfucker who can't step to me and say what they gotta say. You know what I mean? And that's what I mean by choosing your battles wisely. Whenever I'm in a situation like that, I always take the high road every motherfucking time. It ain't about being pathetic. It ain't about being a punk. It ain't about none of that. I take the high road because at the end of the day, I could give a fuck about this shit. You know what I mean? Like, what I can't stand, and I've had this happen to me so many times, is that when you are friends with somebody or when you cool with somebody or whatever, it could just be your friends, it could be your family members, it could be an associate, it could be anybody, business partner, anybody. I respect the person to come to me and let me know if they got an issue with me. If a person let me know what their issue is, and if I did something to hurt them and I did not do it on purpose to hurt them, I will apologize for making them feel some type of way. If I was approached and somebody told me, you know, you did this to me, I ain't like it, or you hurt my feelings when you didn't do this, or you hurt my feelings when you couldn't come through for me on this, or whatever. I do it. I've done it. When I felt wrong by somebody, I approached them. You know what I mean? Especially if I got your phone number or your Facebook information, I'll approach you and I'll say, this is what you did, XYZ, that pissed me off, that made me feel some kind of way, and I feel like I'm owed an apology. Whether you apologize or not is on you. But as long as I let you know where I stood, that's all that matters. And I respect a person that lets me know how they feel. What I don't respect is people who have an issue with you or is mad with you about something and they tell everybody but you, or they resort to taking shots at you and you or whatever, and you're not really clear on what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, that has happened to me so many times. Like, I remember back in the Gap, I had this friend and I was just talking to her ass, like I was just coming on her shit like I normally would, just talking to her, and she would shade me left or right, and I didn't quite understand what her problem was. And I was like 19 or 20 then. Like, I didn't understand what the fuck this bitch problem was. Like, I'm sitting up here like, did I do something to this bitch? Because she's shading me like it ain't shit. She responded to everybody but me. When I confronted her about it, she didn't even want to talk to me on the phone. She had to text me. That's how much of a coward she was. She had to text me and say, I felt this way because you did this. And somebody told me you did this. And that's why I was mad with you. How come you just couldn't come to me and ask me this? You really gonna sit up here and tell me that you had a problem with me based on what the fuck somebody else said I did? And you didn't bother to ask me? And the shit wasn't even true to begin with. I didn't do anything to you. So you sitting up here mad with me for 2 months, shading me for 2 months, talking to everybody about me, but you ain't telling me. But everybody knows what the issue is but me. I'm all in your face talking to you. You know, I'm having a good time partying with you and shit. And you giving me the cold shoulder and I don't even know why. I don't respect that. I've always been the type to speak, to address something when something ain't right. When I feel like a person got an issue with me. Well, when I feel like I got an issue with them, I address it. Now, I have grown to the point where if a person got an issue with me and they don't tell me, that's on them. Because I ain't got no issue. If they got an issue with me and I don't know nothing about it, that's an issue by themselves. I'm never going to try to read nobody's mind, because a lot of the times when you ask a person if they got an issue with you and they say no, you can't do nothing but take their word for it. If they say no, then that's what it is, and you move the fuck on. But if they constantly keep showing you that they got a problem with you, they got one. They just ain't man enough or woman enough to tell you what the problem is. What do? What I do? I keep it pushing. A motherfucker can have a problem with me and I know they got one with me, but they never address me with it. I could know that. In the real world, a bitch can have a problem with me. I still like your picture on Facebook and Instagram. A bitch can have a problem with me and they ain't never address me. I see you in the street, I still speak to you. I still give you props. If something happened to you, it's happened to somebody in your family or whatever, I still give you encouraging words. Although I know you got a problem with me, but you ain't woman enough to address me or man enough to address me. That's the way I handle shit. I ain't gonna never get butt hurt about anybody not being able to address me with their issues. I just cannot stand when someone have an issue with me and I don't know about it. Everybody and their mama know. You've addressed it to everybody else, but you ain't addressed me. You know what I mean? You ain't addressed me. You know, I hate that. I hate that. That's some of the funniest, fakest shit I have ever seen in my motherfucking life. I hate it when people do that shit. Like, people, like, just like when people come to me and on this YouTube stuff and they be like, somebody shaded you. Such and such shaded you. And I be like, really? Okay. I don't care. Because no matter if someone shades me or not, nobody has addressed me. So it'd be like somebody can tell. It's not that I'm saying you lying or I'm oblivious to what's being done. It's just me saying no one has addressed me. So what am I supposed to do? Get on YouTube and Twitter and Instagram and Snapchat and go on a damn tirade because somebody took shots at me? Half the time I don't even see it. Half the time I don't see shit. Half the time I don't even be knowing. But some people be always saying somebody throwing such and such throwing shade at you, such and such throwing shade at you. I mean, it ain't just one person I've been told that was throwing shade at me. I mean, it's a lot of shade that has been thrown at me on here in the past that I really do know about and never addressed it. For what? What am I addressing it for? I mean, ain't nobody directing nothing to me. So what's the fucking point? I don't really give a fuck. You know, people be having issues with you for no reason. And I think I said something like that back in February during the time when say Sean Brother, shout out to him, when him and his little clique was going through their issues. I had mentioned that, you know, there's been people on YouTube that has done malicious things to me behind my back and I don't even know them, but I'm not going to address it because it ain't worth it. Because it ain't worth it. For what? What am I addressing you for? I don't know you. So what am I addressing you for? And even if it's someone that I knew, I'm not addressing it just due to the fact that I'm way bigger than that. Like, I'm bigger than all that. Like, you ain't going to never catch me beefing with nobody on here, on no social media. You know what I mean? And when I say that I ain't got no problem with somebody, I mean it. And you know what I'm saying? Like, people just kill me with that. You know, they people tell me shit about shade all the fucking time. But do you really think that I care? That's not YouTube. That's just life. Scott, did you see what such said on Facebook? Child, okay. If it ain't directed, it ain't respected. Like, I'm never gonna respond to nothing. I'm gonna continue to do me. I'm gonna continue to show respect, show love, you know, give credit where it's due. I'm gonna continue to do that. Like, I'm gonna always be humble to everybody. Like, you know, people call it shade when you do stuff for people and you don't get a bone thrown back. I don't do stuff to get bones thrown back at me. Like, I'm cool with what I do. You know, I've been like, you know, just like with the Salute Saturday thing, like, everybody got so butthurt about me doing one for Justin J because he supposedly shaded me or whatever. And as I keep saying, ain't nobody addressed me with nothing. And it goes for that too. You know what I mean? Like people keep saying, "Oh, Justin J was shading you." Well, he ain't addressed me with no issue, so I really could give a fuck about all of this. Like I don't. Well, the thing about it is, you know, when you do something for somebody, like okay, I did a salute Saturday for him. You know, basically bigging him up and showing him love or whatever. I've been doing that since I got on YouTube. Honestly, I did that when I first got on here. I was shouting out Divalicious Queen. She was the first one to shout me out, and then I really got on here shouting out Candy and Kevin and Mikhail. Ain't all three of them motherfuckers ain't never get thank me for shit. Do I get mad? Am I supposed to be mad with them too? Because honestly, in my Salute Saturday thing, I plan on honoring their ass for Salute Saturday too, and that's mainly because they inspired me to have my own channel, and they are the reason that I'm here today. So my thing about it is, should I get mad every time I shout somebody out and I don't get no shout out back? I shouted out Bounty Blue in the past. She shouted me out before, but there was times where she didn't shout me back out. Did I get mad with her? Ashley Miller, she shouted me out in the past, but there was times where she didn't shout me back. She probably didn't even see it. Should I get mad with her too? Like, I mean, really, I ain't, like, for a long time, Yoshi Swaggin was shouting me out, and I had every intention on responding to her and never did. Did she ever get mad with me? She still showed me love and still credits me for being the reason why she's doing a YouTube channel, and I appreciate her love and respect. So this is so like things is so like I'm just addressing this just so I won't ever have to address it again. Now this part right here I'm not addressing no more. Like this, some of this shit petty. People want you to get mad about certain shit. I just don't get mad about shade. I don't get mad about passive aggressive behaviors. I don't get mad about none of that. Because at the end of the fucking day, if it's not directed, it's not fucking respected by moi. It's just not. I'm not even going to give it any life. I'm just not. I'm going to continue to do me. I'm going to always take the high road and be respectful. You know what I mean? Until somebody get out of line to disrespect me, that's when we can talk about some bullshit like that. But even then, like I say, I don't do social media. I don't do internet beefing. If I got a beef with a motherfucker, I bring it to their door. That's me. I've always been like that. I'm quick to come to somebody's house. Like, and I don't need to be doing that, but that's just me. Like, if I got a problem with you, I'll come see you. You know what I mean? If you want to fight me, I'll come see you. And that's what I want somebody to do for me. Like, if a motherfucker got a problem with me, come see me back. That's just how I feel. But it's all about growth and learning from shit. And some shit just don't warrant no fucking response. Some battles just aren't meant to fight. Some battles aren't even worthy of a fight, honestly. So that's just basically what it is. And it's not about nothing in particular. It's just basically what it is. It's about growth. And I've seen a lot of it over the last 7 to 8 years. I've seen a lot of it. But y'all, that's just it. I just came here to give y'all a little bit of words of wisdom. And I'm out of here, y'all. Till next time, peace.